What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to Shanna's level 9 PvP debut. That pretty much sums up what this video is going to be. Shanna at level 9 using various teams in PvP. Level 9 means we did unlock Off the Vine, so we should see that in at least one or two of these battles. First up, we are going to be using Shanna with Captain Marvel once again. I still plan on using the Asgardian tankard even after the nerfs, but I have decided until the changes take place, we're going to use something else instead. I didn't want to give the impression that any of these team-ups rely on something that's going to be different very soon. Okay, so after the enemy agent's turn, it's going to be Shanna, and hopefully we get to use Off the Vine. Off the Vine is a stealthy attack that places flanked and disoriented on one enemy. And since the Horseman of Famine Rogue is known for her counterattacks, plus she's up next, so her stealthy attack won't trigger any counters, and then hopefully she'll target her own teammate because of disoriented. So here goes our first ever Off the Vine attack with our Shanna. It does some really nice damage and almost takes Rogue out in one shot. Then she actually does hit her own agent, so that's pretty impressive. Now we're going to do a somewhat controversial move and attack Hulk. It's not often a great idea to spread out your damage unless you have a bunch of AoE attacks, which we do not. But I figured it was worth a shot, and maybe, just maybe, Captain Marvel could finish him. I was completely wrong, but at least he uses a thunderclap, and that doesn't take out any of our heroes. In fact, he's actually counterattacked, and that knocks Hulk out. So at this point I'm going to use our Tactician and Powered Armor ability, and then I'll use the Light Fantastic, followed by a few attacks. I would think that 2 hits from the Mystic should be enough to win this match. But if the enemy agent does happen to get a dodge, then at least we have a follow-up. Alright, so here goes nothing, our first attack. That does take out the enemy agent, and now it's just down to Famine. She's definitely a character you don't want to mess around with and leave alive, because of her heavy counterattacks. She does, however, have flanks, so I'm pretty confident that we're going to take her down. And that's going to be the end of the first match. In battle number 2, we're going to use Wasp. She applies and takes advantage of Opportunist, and then she also causes biofeedback. It happens to be on her Bioenergy Blast, and there you can see it counts as a poison for actions that affect those targets. This will go along with Shanna's passive ability, Hunter-Gatherer. This says that Shanna reduces incoming damage from poisoned attackers by 20%. Then she will also perform a follow-up attack on a single target attack against poisoned targets. But instead of starting out with Bioenergy Blast, we're actually going to use her level 6 Skirmish Scramble. This AoE attack is just really good and places a number of debuffs on the enemies. Not to mention it also gives Wasp Nimble. That's a 50% chance to avoid melee and ranged attacks. Now on Shanna's turn I'm actually going to use the Spear Vault, that way we apply Winded to the enemy agent. This will neutralize his class benefits. I can't stress enough how important Winded is, especially when you're using 2 Infiltrators like this. Infiltrators are kind of one of the weaker classes right now, and they certainly could be a liability. On my agent's turn I'm going to use the Blackest Void, that way I can get rid of Magnetic Field. Then I'm sure Psylocke's going to cast Mental Coordination on her turn. And she does. So now the Wasp has Disoriented, we can only use her AoE attack. At least that's all I'm willing to risk. So here goes another Skirmish Scramble. The enemy team is also disoriented, so hopefully Magneto hits his own teammate, preferably with a heavy metal attack. But we can only hope to be that lucky. Magneto actually uses Graviton well. That was a pretty smart play by the opponent, but we do hit him with a Bioenergy Blast. That means he's now poisoned, so I could hit him with Shanna, and then she would gain a follow-up attack. Instead I'm going to use Nature's Bounty on my agent. We'll give her 2 actions after a full round, and also we'll heal him and clear any debuffs. Now truthfully I have no idea what just happened. It said Synthetic Cube, and then I didn't see anything go down. I was trying to figure that one out, but really I didn't see anything, so as far as I know nothing happened. It apparently was just some sort of glitch. Now with my agent, after gaining an extra turn, we use the Bashenga's Blade on Magneto. Then instead of using the Light Fantastic, I went with the Mystic on the enemy agent. Once again I'm spreading damage instead of finishing enemies. I do not recommend this. but I was pretty confident that the AI Psylocke would do something stupid, and she does. That shield is not going to save Magneto. Instead of even playing around, we go with a fist bump, and that's a 57k non-crit. Next I get 2 actions with Shanna. I debated using Off the Vine, but instead I'm going to go with her level 2, more specifically Scorpion Sting. Now on her second attack, that's when I'll use Off the Vine on Psylocke. It's going to take most of her HP away, and it leaves her at just 10k health. One hit from the Mystic, and that's going to do it for our second match. Now our third battle is going to be the final one of the video, but we do have a different team up. I pulled out Spider-Woman for this one. Spider-Woman does have a biofeedback attack, meaning she can help out Hunter-Gatherer. Then she has some really interesting abilities, including one that places mind control, which we will see in this fight. Shanna actually gets the first attack, so we're going to use Scorpion Sting. This gives her Tiger's Fury, and also I get to neutralize the Hulk. That's not a bad option at all, plus it's a Tactician Hulk, so Shanna will gain combat reflexes. Next on Spider-Woman's turn, I'm going to use her level 9, and that's actually going to place mind control on their agent, plus disoriented. Both of these can be really impressive debuffs when they work. Plus I do have her tantalizing and powered ice await, and that causes mind control to last an extra round. Targets will also protect Spider-Woman more often, and there you saw it kick in already on Hulk's attack. Next I'm going to attack their agent with the Bashenga's Blade. This should hurt him, but it's not going to finish him unfortunately. The Grey Hulk got a Fighting Dirty proc, but the Raft Shank stops it from hitting. Well, at least the damage counterattack part of it. Now the enemy agent is up next, and he is holding the Staff of Asclepios. I'm really hoping he doesn't use that one. First he goes with the Neurotrope, then he attacks with the Warbringer Axe. This causes a massive hit on Shanna, and then Combo Breaker almost finishes her, but she does dodge. This apparently causes some sort of visual glitch, so she's stuck in mid-air. Lately I've been getting some material for the Glitch of the Week video, so I'm going to have to make one of those again. Right now we could use Nature's Bounty and heal her back to full, but I think I'm going to go with Off the Vine on Iron Fist. It does some really massive damage and takes him out in one shot. Now on Spider-Woman's turn, I'm going to use Venom Blast. That way we place biofeedback on the Grey Hulk. I think it's a decent option, and maybe, just maybe, Shanna will get to hit him. This should be the enemy's last attack, so let's see what he does. Oh, but first he does get a Rage Punch counterattack, but it's not for very much damage. Then the AI goes with the Thunderclap, Shanna dodges it, and she counters for 67,000 damage. That's not a bad way to end our first look at Shanna in PvP at level 9. I'll try to get you more videos as soon as possible. Lastly, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.